Alright, so, unfortunately for us, the channel has basically become my personal place, despite the fact that Talkbot said in the forward there's going to be him, me, and my designer. Well, that's not turned out so well. Talkbot's still in the closet with Cambot, and they're not coming out. And the designer has fluffed off to absolute... Well, I don't know what the heck he's doing. He's still talking to me, but he hasn't shown up. He's not doing anything. But I think he's probably just shy. Asshole. Oh, it's past 30 seconds, right? Cool. Okay, we can still swear. Not that I'm monetized or anything. Anyway, so this is the first, literally animation content that we've got going. And it's regarding, actually, these... Yeah, these things behind me. You see them? Yeah? Yeah, the colonies, the O'Neill cylinders. Yeah, it's when the design them all down. I'm going to be just commenting over the video while I... Same thing as the last of the Doom stuff when the audio was porked, and this time it's because there's no audio because the designer didn't record himself doing it. Just captured the modeling. Well, most of the modeling. I think he actually missed the start of it, but you'll see. Anyway, cut to here. Alright, so here we are. Now it's at 4 times speed, so it's going pretty quickly, in case you didn't realize. Alright, and yeah, so you already had the basic cylinder out, and basically you just make a cylinder in Blender and then you do all this stuff. This isn't really like a tutorial or anything, it's just me putting up the video. But yeah, it's pretty basic. You make your primitives, and I think he actually paused here to look up some references and that. Yeah, he's pulling up one of the old colonies he did. Yeah, really old. Technically, personally I say the old one's a lot better, but the idiot lost the freaking original, so that's why we're remodeling. Also, Blender's gone through a few updates since the last time he worked with it, so had to adjust for that. Making the dish and all that, and making a little... I don't actually know what that is. It's like a observation station. And trying to figure out the proper, because it's the hard surface modeling. You use the bevel modifier and the subdivision modifier to make it so that you have nice crisp edges and curvy surfaces. He still needs to apply smooth shading to this one, though. That's it. He's still figuring out all the little parameters. And does this look good? Does that look good? Modeling and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty basic. I think originally this is supposed to be like Alright. And I was making like little panels? I guess some kind of auxiliary soil collection panel. I don't know. I don't remember the reference he based the original off of, but it's had these things. Like you gotta have some stuff for a colony work at. Yeah, and this is the skin modifier? Yeah, you can see it over on the right there. I don't think my head's blocking it. Alright, yeah, there you go. Get the panels right. Yeah, it's a lot of this. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Fixing some stuff. There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube if you want to look at them. I think the famous one is is Blender Guru's little donut thing. I don't think the designer ever did that because couldn't think of it. I should browbeat him to doing one of those because donut's a torus, and there's a lot of space colony designs that are just basically toruses. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. He's figuring out the mirrors. Yeah, the mirrors, rotation and composition and positioning, all that stuff. I think he eventually decides to use an array modifier for them. And figuring out, you can't just have them float off in space like that. He's got actually. Yeah. And of course, yeah, I think he's getting collection right. Array modifier with a object offset tied to an empty. What's he doing? I think he's looking up other stuff. I forget. Or that, or it might have been. I think he said that it crashed a few times while he was doing this, so I can't remember when this happened. And this is like literally the hinge. Yeah. Just a lot of fiddly bits. Slap a mirror modifier on it, make sure it's, and then just rotate the moving shields, mirrors, but. What is this, an EV or cycles? I think this is an EV render. Could be wrong. Nah, and that's the fudge. What would you call it? I don't know. Actually, now that I come to think of it, how do you get it in these colonies? Like, because with Gundam, you had basically just, you didn't have the whole dish array on the one end. You had it was like an open dock port, and then you had the interior cylinder that would go in, and that would be a zero gravity zone. And I presume you would take like an elevator or something out to the side. So yeah, there he's making the central. No, oh no, this is when he remakes the freaking cylinder so that he can make the glass and support pillars and struts. Right. Yeah, see, he's got those specific faces set aside. Gotta insert, extrude them, mess with the bevel weights and all that to make sure they look proper. And making the mirrors. Not the mirrors, the glass. The computer the designer uses is, I think this is actually when it crashes, I think? Yeah, you can. Oh wow, yeah, because he has to go back and redo a lot of the bull crud he's doing. Yeah, happens a lot with this thing. Mostly with the skin modifiers, because he relies on the processor to generate all the new geometry and stuff. And if you don't have it right, and you have too much data going in, it goes bleh. Just like when I step on someone. Oh yeah, there's the skin with the. Oh god, yeah. Has to work that out. Yeah. That was a long processing time. You can usually tell in this video when the computer froze or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Now he's going for the just make one. Actually, it would make it easy. Of course, he's applying the skin and working on the bevels because you don't want to have to go through and individually mark every bevel weight, so it's just automated bevel for the subdivision. What? Oh, this is the decimating. Yeah, working on because you gotta make sure you got simple enough geometry, or else everything starts lagging, and that's annoying, really annoying. And this is of course because that's these are the individual these are supposed to be individual glass panes of the colony. Because looking up the O'Neill cylinder designs from back in the day, you obviously can't make a single huge ass freaking sheet of glass like that and not have some problems. So instead of actually technically I should. This thing's like supposed to be 20 kilometers long, right? 32? No, wait. Which ones you got selected? Anyway, it's long ass big space habitat, so big size. So I think you probably if you want to go for realism, you gotta make it a little. Those individual panes probably should be bigger, smaller, not bigger. Doy. But yeah, because what's he doing? Oh, okay. This is making the attachment point to the. This is testing parenting and rotation. Oh god, bright. Yeah, this is the EV view. And materials. We're going to launch here, including some that are actually used for my oh god, right. The whatchamacallem. What's his name? Polygon? Polygon. Not the dumbass journalist, the guy who sells the Blender Grooves thing. He's got a lot of free materials and stuff, and that's him trying to fix this. Because there's a lot of reorganizing going on. Right, and UVs. Mapping and remapping and adjusting, trying to make it all good. I mean, like I said, this isn't really like a tutorial if you're just starting Blender. You find those guys. I don't know. I guess I could probably design doing some of those. I actually had an idea that I'm gonna have to run by him, make him focus on. Me up there, fixing every freaking tiny little UV. There you go. That looks even. Slot. Oh wow, that's the colony glass. Clean metal. Yeah. Keep it simple. He's got a lot of random materials from all over the internet. A lot free, of course, because he's a cheap bastard. Yeah, there you go. Like that glass. Colony glass. Yeah. UVs. Yeah, it's not much to say here. It's just like making sure you got the UVs right so the material doesn't look warped or anything. Straightforward stuff. Testing out the various lighting, and of course the space background. Making sure each and every individual piece is in its proper place. And I guess got the supposed to be polished aluminum. I think. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. Back to this part where we're making the rotational armature, right? So this is for the animation, which you can't technically see. Like this is setting up the animation, but you can't see it animate because that's when you render it, and he doesn't record that because that rendering takes a lot of computational power, so his recording software can't. His computer can't handle that and the recording software. Also, it's just a bunch of squares filling in a picture, so yeah, custom objects, retarget shit, pulling them all from my model, probably. Stuff, and that's the old colony back there. Right. Oh, actually, I think if I remember right, he goes back and yeah, my model there for a brief second. That's back when I was posing for the Doom thumbnail. And I think he had to look up, what was it, 2.8 degrees per second, I think is what they came to generate the correct rotational force. It's not gravity, it's centrifugal force? Centripetal? I don't know. It's testing, see how it goes. F curves. Useful. He's set to cycles render right now. Actually, he would render this inside his one. It's supposed to be the very realistic looking. Now, if you look at the, I think my head's probably blocking the color management. It's Filmic, very high contrast look, and Filmic log sequencer for that, based off of a lot of the other Blender guys' feeds. What is he doing? I think it froze. Yeah, probably froze. No. Oh no, he's appending the Greebly collection. Yeah. There's a bunch of random stuff he mauled back in the day. Unfortunately, we don't actually keep them. We just, because you could tell in the brief, well, whenever you've seen the stream. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, decimate those so that they can be used as frickin' particles. In the end, we don't go. We just stick frickin' glowing emission bulbs all over the colony, as you can see in the stream beginnings, and they just put a basic compositing stuff on them. Going back to the beginning. Make sure we got all this stuff. Yeah, it's pretty tedious sometimes working with this, but if you get it right, it's very rewarding how it looks. And then materials. Oh god. Shiz. Sorry about that. I got a frickin' spam call into space. I need to get back to the guys in the security department about that. Anyway, resuming. Alright, this is the metal panel again? Yeah. If it works, it works. Ah, right, seams. Yeah, because you gotta make sure that it all works proper. God. Ryan doesn't glow. Warm optics. Colony lights. Colony. Yeah. Emission. High emission. Yeah. This is just trying to get in the random color stuff. There you go. Work it. Yeah, it's basically just an object info node attached to a color ramp with various color settings into an emission to make sure you got some kind of color. Oy. Oy. And he was trying to test a remesh and it crashed. Ah, well. I think he actually forgot to turn on the recording for a bit. Ah, and we're going with the particle source. Yay. Yeah. I still don't know what's causing that. Wait, this is the PC, so it's gotta be the microphone, right? The audio recordings? Jeez. Or it could be just some computer. I don't know. Fucking hell. Yeah, this is just mostly trying to figure out how do I get this to rotate the way I want. You should just rotate the original object. Yeah, like that, dumbass. Alright, see. That's me. Trying to make it all work. I think he does a few test renders and then we eventually decide fudge it, just go with the random lights. It's not like they're going to be a close enough distance to see any details, so just lights. Mm. And then setting up particle systems for all the other ones and trying to figure out how that works. Yeah. It's pretty simple. I mean, you know anything about particle systems, it's like... Wait, what's he doing here? I forget. Ah, right. Right, vertex groups and inverted density. Not really a reason to put them on those. Yeah, nice. Just putting him in the EV preview. Let's see how that works. Material preview. Not that bright. What was the problem with this bit? It was because mid for faces. Ah, right. Yeah, the normal was flipped. No, that don't work, buddy. Technically, they ought to be even smaller and more numerous. Because, like, issues of scale and all that. Oh, right. And then for some reason, the frickin'... Yeah. Why is he doing that? I think he's testing that. Oh, right. This is when we just get rid of the... Because I don't think they actually have the whole... Yeah, this is simplifying it so that we could have the dual colony. Because the original O'Neill design documents... Yeah, and of course the colony lights. Designing on pastels or whatever. I'm going off the constant thing, trying to see what colors that makes. I think it actually ends up being very Christmassy, if I recall, which is funny because it wasn't Christmas yet. What the Christ? Okay, I think VLC can't look at some colors right. That's supposed to be green. Oh, wait, it's probably like my frickin'... Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's like the thing that's supposed to be the counter-rotating shaft. Because the design copy calls for pairs of colonies. Yeah, look at that. So that, I think it's because they counter-rotate and the shaft turns while both rotate, providing rotational power, technically, to each one. And I'm figuring out like all the areas near modifiers this guy set. And design a particle system. Like, you know anything about the blender is when you do the particle, like when you add a new system, it just adds like another one. There's probably like a way to do it so that you just apply a new, make a new slot, not like a new system to go with that slot. And across them, this is just leaving the colonies at the origin and moving the camera around so we get the nice angle you see now. Yeah, there you go. I think that he does a lot of math. He's only human, so he doesn't have like a built-in calculator. So he's got to pause to run some basic math problems to figure out like exactly what degree of rotation should it be at this frame here. I think he actually sent me some like thoughts on the rotation of the colony, like how many frames you'd need for it to do a full 360-degree rotation. It's pretty long, actually. Because yeah, it doesn't mean much. Like it's one thing when you say I can turn 360 degrees in like 2 seconds, but for a colony that means you're gonna be squishing people against the frickin' floor. Oh, and end process. So, here, aha, there we are. Yeah, so that was like 4 times speed. It was like what, a whole day to make. And you make these. Crud. And then you make these bad boys back here. Yeah. Alright. Well, thanks for watching. And should I do the YouTube thing? I should do the YouTube thing. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. Please. Please. Please.